This video is about permutations. Permutations, when they ask you to calculate permutations, they're asking you how many ways are there to arrange a group of objects. How many ways to arrange objects? For instance, if I had the numbers 1, 2, 3, I could arrange them in a bunch of different ways. I could start with 1 and then 2 and 3, or I could go 1 and 3 and 2, or I could start with 2. And then I could have 1 and 3, or I could have them as 3 and 1, or I could start with 3. So you would say there are 6 permutations of 3 objects. 6 permutations, which means 6 arrangements. Permutations of 3 objects. Now, that's all very well and good when you have 3 objects. If you got as high as 5 objects, it'd take a long time to write them all down. So let's see how many ways there are to arrange 5 objects. How many ways to arrange 5 objects? Well, let's think of it this way. Suppose you had 5 chairs and you set them out in a row. There would be 5 choices for the first chair. And once you've chosen somebody for that chair or some object for that chair, then there'd only be 4 left. So for the second chair, you'd have 4 ways to arrange those objects. 4 ways to put those people or objects in that spot. So you'd have 5 ways at the start, and then for each of those ways, you'd have 4 more. So you'd have 5 times 4 ways to put 2 things in those spots. And after you've picked those 2 things, you'd only have 3 left. And after you've picked 3, oh yeah, you get the idea. And so altogether, there would be 5 times 4 is 20, times 3 is 60, times 2 is 120. There'd be 120 ways to arrange those 5 objects. Now, that would be a real pain to have to write them all out, wouldn't it? So you really want to calculate it, but it's real easy. Now, the next question is, how many ways to choose president, vice president, and treasurer? From a club with 10 people. Well, okay. So the first chair is named president. And there are 10 ways to choose. And the second chair is named vice president. And now there are only 9 ways to choose. And the third chair is named treasurer. And there are 8 ways to choose, and now we've chosen all that there are. That's all the offices we're dealing with. And so we'll end up with 8 times 9 is 72, times 10 is 720 ways. And that's all there is to permutations. If the order matters, let's go back here and write when order matters. And it matters deeply to the president, vice president, and treasurer, for instance. So that's all there is to know about permutations.